And good afternoon, hockey fans in Newfoundland and Labrador, across Canada and around the world via the internet. We welcome you once again inside the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium for this afternoon Central West Senior Hockey League game between the Cataracts and the visiting Stephenville Lightning. Let's come up inside the booth. Let's do a fancy little transition there, just because I can. Wow. George Scott, Robert Golding back with you again for this afternoon's game. Last night, Cataracts won it 8-3, but the game was really a lot closer, I thought, than the score indicated. Use that cliche.
Yeah, no, you're right, George. And I thought maybe the latter part of the second period, we could see the tide turn just a tad. But up until that point in time, it was a pretty even game, even though the Cataracts had scored just 16 seconds into the game. Yeah. The rest of the first period and maybe 10 minutes of the second period were pretty even. Then after that, the Lightning had a couple of opportunities. They got scored on shorthanded.
That one really hurt.
That one hurt, and they gave up a power play goal. And, you know, in those situations, like you try to keep close. They had a full contingent of players. I thought that they played well. I thought their goaltender played well. A couple of times he was really hung out to dry. One of the goals that the Cataracts got went off of a Lightning defenseman and into the back of the net. You take advantage of those situations.
Yeah, I was talking to head coach of Stephenville just prior to this afternoon's game, Jamie Brake. Yeah. And he basically said the same thing you did. He said, we played well towards the end of the second period. Then we had a couple of mental lapses in the second. Cataracts then were able to pull ahead and kind of break it open in the final stages of that second period. But it was 4-2 fairly late in the second before things kind of fell apart. And the Cataracts got those two and ended up winning 8-3. Let's talk about for a minute that game in Corner Brook last night.
Wow.
What a finish. Deer Lake led it 2-0 with about 3 minutes left to go. Corner Brook scored just under 3 minutes left, make it 2-1. Then with 1 second left on the clock, they tied it up, sent it to overtime, and let you finish the story.
Well, Brandon Hines again, as we've heard so many times, 9 seconds left in overtime, 8.5. Yeah. Potts the winner, 3-2. Two great games in the West Coast this past weekend.
I read somebody online saying Hines scoring from his usual spot, so I'm assuming it was a shot from the left face-off circle.
I would think a rocket up top, no doubt about it.
Very likely, yeah.
But, you know, like those are two good games. And, George, they've had a number of really good games over there, which really bodes well. And even though, you know, I know the score was a bit 8-3 last night, tad lopsided towards the end of it. However, as we know in each and every weekend, and of course when Deer Lake were here a month or so ago, we didn't get to see Brandon Hines, Michael Hines, or Gillard for Deer Lake. And right. I know that the fans of Grand Falls Windsor can't wait to see those guys because you hear about them each and every weekend. And just like the same as, like, you know, when Andre Gill came back to play and Michael Brent, when you go on the West Coast, they want to see those guys. And those are the, you know, your name guys. And, of course, you know, just a segue into that, Andre Gill's not playing here this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
The head coach, Andre, is still, as you spoke about last night, he wasn't 100%. So he's sitting out today. He'll just be doing his regular coaching duties. And I spoke to him about last night's game. And, you know, the No More line and Savory, you know, and Hollett was on that line. They're a good, strong line. But if you do not commit to back-checking 100% of the time, and if you're out against Maher and Drover and Gill, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, those guys are lighting up the score sheet.
Yeah, and the thing is, you've got to, and George, you've said this because you've referenced this about basketball, talking about defensively and how you have to work so hard defensively. Well, in ice hockey, it's the same way. You always find energy when you're on the offense. Yeah. All of a sudden, defense, and your head goes down and the legs seem heavier. You've got to make them lighter. You've got to get back into the play.
All right, you mentioned about upcoming games. Let's take a quick look at the standings right now in the Central West Senior Hockey League. You see Deer Lake there in first place, just 4 points up on the Cataracts. But you notice in the games played, Cataracts with 2 in hand.
Right.
One of them is this game this afternoon. The other one is the final game of the season against Corner Brook. All Deer Lake has left is the 3 games against the Cataracts. So that's going to be interesting as these teams battle it out for first place and home ice advantage throughout the playoffs if you go into the finals. 2 games next weekend in Deer Lake, Cataracts against the Red Wings, and then the Cataracts are back home to take on the Red Wings for 1 game on Saturday night, and then Corner Brook for 1 game Sunday afternoon. So that's the 2 games in hand are here today and the Sunday in 2 weeks' time. But in between, as I say, 3 games between Cats and Red Wings to probably determine first place.
Well, and if you look at the goals for, George, you know, well over 100 for the Deer Lake Red Wings, Cataracts at 100 even. And but the thing is about it, only 57 against, and the thing that, you know, the plus minus 43, 47. And we can break stats down as much as we want. You know, that's what statisticians are for. However, the bottom line is the W. And I know that the Cataracts aren't looking too far down the road. However, some of the keys that I think for them to be successful against the Stephenville Lightning and against any of the teams. It's puck possession, not giving up the puck and constantly chasing the puck, playing between the dots, not so outside of the dots defensively. Then on the other side of it, offensively, is expanding the ice. And that means shorter passes, but when you get in the offensive zone, expand the ice outside of the dots, not in between them.
I want to talk about another big story as the officials hit the ice.
Okay.
Danielle Mills
Yes.
is refereeing today's game, and to the best of our knowledge, she's the first female referee to referee a senior men's hockey game here in the province. So as far as we know, we are making history. At least Danielle is making history here today.
Yes, she's done the lines a couple of times. Great
And
to
there
see
you see her on the ice.
Great to see her back. A new mom.
Yeah.
And of course, anybody who is a sports fan, not just a hockey fan, a sports fan, a hockey fan in Newfoundland and Labrador, you should be very proud.
All right, there you see the stadium announcer, John Thompson, and right behind him is Danielle there by the penalty box.
And George, while I got a chance, I'd like to give a shout out to the Central AAA Impact team who are on the West Coast playing as we speak right now. I spoke to Coach Casey this morning. They went on the ice at 12:30, and I asked them to keep me updated so the fans of Central Newfoundland, we can keep you updated as soon as we get word. Or if you get word, send us a message as well.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough weekend for the Central Impact over in Corner Brooks. They play that year-end tournament. They dropped the first 3 games, one of them in overtime, but not what they had hoped for it when they went into that tournament. They're playing Western today. They need to win that.
Yeah, they do.
You know, they're in danger of falling into 4th place, them to play that play-in series. And just a couple of weeks ago, they were in 2nd. But it was so close between Trypan, the Blizzard, and the Impact that, you know, it could go either way. And right now, it's not going the Impact way. But a win today would certainly help.
And George, I got home last night and I checked Twitter, and a good gentleman, friend of ours, I'm not quite sure how, but I'm sure he was listening. He told us the NFL football game is today, Newfoundland time, 4:30. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Brown. And a shout out to Tim Griffin in Northern Ontario, who was also listening and gave a shout out to us last night and talked about my good buddy Al Thorne was here in the building last night, and I did not know.
Yeah, Al, you go way back from your baseball days.
Oh, yeah.
Al moved away many years ago and is back living in the province again. I have spoken to him a couple of times. He's been back here in his hometown a couple of times. I've run into him around the community and had a quick chat with him.
You need to get him on the golf course.
Yeah. Yeah, also a golfer, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, teams are coming out onto the ice. Cataracts are out there across the way. You see the Stephenville Lightning. And Robert, kudos to both you and I now for having done a few of the Stephenville games. Not once have we said Jets.
No.
Not once.
And a number of times, George, I've thought about it, and it almost came out, but it never.
Yeah, it's been in my mind a couple of times, but by the time I've said it, I've made it the Lightning.
And I do like the name Jets too.
Well,
and there's nothing wrong with the Lightning as well. And I do like their unis.
Yep, me too.
I love
it's a sharp logo.
Yeah, I like it.
Number 17, Josh Roach.
Getting the announcement of the introduction of the starting lineups.
And a veteran officiating team here tonight. As you talked about, Danielle Mills.
Yeah, first senior game, but she has done a lot of hockey. We've seen her referee the Impact games, the U18, AAA.
Yes, I'm Rob Canning, Brian Grushy, and Kobe.
Shane Budgell was down there, Cataracts social media guy. Had a quick chat with Danielle just before she took her position at center. So we'll look to see that up on social media on the Cataracts Facebook page.
Awesome.
Shane's doing a great job with that.
I got to get Facebook, do I, George? I don't have it.
You're the one?
Thank you. I'll speak
I
to
knew
John.
there was,
I'm going to speak to John Moy. He has it. He'll let me know.
I knew there was somebody who didn't have Facebook. Parker Anstey, Bishop's Falls, do the national anthem for us.
George just trying to have a look down to see who's going to take Andre Gill's position on the right side. I see Mayer, Drover, and looks like it's going to be
Coffee back in the lineup.
Yeah, Coffee. So you'll have Scotty Cantwell on D with Mike Brent. And, of course, the safety line, the number 1 unit for the Stephenville Lightning with Gushy on left wing, Normer on right wing, Loach, Pinkston on the D.
All right, we are underway here at the Joe Byrne. Stephenville in the white, the blue and red trim, the Cataracts in their dark uniforms, the dark green for this game. Puck is cleared in behind the goal. That's Curtis Barrett out to play. He's in goal for the Cataracts this afternoon. Tyler Whiffen was in the net last night for the team. Cantwell, Cody Drover. Myers heading for the front of the goal. Pass didn't get to him, but he had some room.
He did.
Here's Normore coming back the other way. Normore. Brent stayed with him this time. Last night, Normore tried to cut between Brent and his defender. Brent hauled him down. That time faced him up. Set him up right in the chest. Held him up. There's a giveaway. Normore at the blue line. Lost it. Mike Brent hard around the boards. That's going to go all the way down the ice on the fresh sheet. And that will be an icing call against the Cataracts. 19:07 left to go in the first.
That pickoff, George, was Coffey is looking for his left winger to come off of the boards. He sees the stick between his intended direction, and of course, trying to get it over, wasn't able to do so. He waited for his left winger to come off the boards, who didn't do it, and he tried to just give it to him, got picked off. So many times we talk about a player making a bad pass. It's the responsibility of a forward or D to get open and give him an opportunity to get that pass.
Josh Fitzgerald lugging it out.
Had a good game last night.
And both he and Nick Fitzgerald had
Two of
great
them.
games. Yep.
Yes.
That's right in front, right on goal from the sharp angle. Weak backhand. Roach in goal again for Stephenville. Makes the save.
Costello was trying to finish up on the check there and looked like he caught a bit of an edge and went into the boards relatively hard. He's up again. Big kid.
Pedal against Nick Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald wins the faceoff back at the point. It'll come here to this side. Josh Fitzgerald. That pass took him just outside the blue line, so the Cataracts have to back up. Drover to the boards. Fitzgerald couldn't get to it. On it first is Pedal for Stephenville down in the corner. They go. Nick Fitzgerald stops up behind his net. Tried to go cross ice. That one off a stick right into the Stephenville bench.
You're going to see a little quicker changes, I would think, today, George, and 3 and 4 lines being engaged throughout most of the day. We always know the day after the night before, especially with Stephenville with the travel day yesterday. Of course, many of the Cataracts travel as well because not a lot of them are here in town. So we see actually the champion line out there just a minute and 30 in, which is much earlier than last night.
Brent fires it to an open wing. Pinkson quickly up the ice. Don't know if that touched anybody. We're going to wave off the icing. Barrett comes out to play it. Barrett's able to get it out. Here's Kyle King. King, great pass for Jewer. Jewer with a shot that missed far side. Gill on it first, couldn't get it out. Pinkson has it. That's tapped out to center. Cataracts have it there. Pass was intended for Jewer, missed him. Cataracts are changing. Here's a turnover. Cataracts bring it down 3-on-2. Coffey's the trail. Coffey's got it. Shot that hit the defenseman. He had to kind of hold it and corral it. Drover's gone down. The whistle goes.
Yeah, he got clipped with a stick as the forward was coming through for Stephenville, and I don't think either official's seen it, George.
They're getting together and having a chat. Rob Canning and Daniel Mills.
I think that he might be saying it was inadvertent. However, well,
didn't know that was an excuse, Robert.
no, well, I actually think
Sorry.
no, I agree, but
Or they just
I'm listening to Rob Canning down there now. He's trying to give the explanation to Coach Whalen. Anyway, he seems satisfied.
sometimes it's just one of those things you say, we just didn't see it.
Yeah, or if he was following through with his stick, maybe. Not sure.
Marr turning and going the other way for the Cataracts. Marr shoots it. Kept in on this side by Drover. Marr off the boards, back to the point. Brent with a hard shot, kicked away by Roach. That'll come out and hit the linesman. Normore will pick it up. Normore brings it in over the blue line on the right side. His shot went off of Mike Brent to the far corner. Bouncing puck kept in, just onside. Weak shot from the slot, kicked out. Stephenville stay on it. Good shift here for the Lightning. Roach puts it towards the front of the goal. Normore turning, scores!
George, I can't help but say this. One of my notes that I've got here is to be really sure with simple dump outs, but when in trouble, dump it out hard. The Cataracts were on the boards on the right side. They did not do that. Normore in the slot. They had a real good chance to dump the puck out over on the strong side, George, and they just sort of whiffed on it, and it stayed in.
And it came to the most dangerous man for
Wow.
the Lightning.
You're looking at Normore, who possesses a great shot, gets himself in good positions, and a quick release. I don't think that goaltender Barrett saw it at all.
So a good start here for the Lightning. Up 1-0 early in the first period. Fitzgerald, his shot off a stick, ends up in behind the goal. Sims looking for it. Goes over into the far corner. Doheny gets it, flips it out. Cataracts have it. Josh Fitzgerald. We'll go the other side. Sims collects that pass to the middle, cuts to the outside around Shea. Sims with a good shot. Roach got a piece of it. Josh Fitzgerald following up on it. Tried to backhand it towards the front of the goal. Sims is hauled down. That's a clear tripping penalty. You see the stick got caught up in the skates.
But, George, just even before that, when Sims was coming through the neutral zone, Stephenville were just giving up far too much ice, George. And when I mean far too much ice, not only did they back in, but they collected in a pocket, which really freed up all kinds of ice for Sims, who was able to go into the right side, get a good quality shot away, followed up on a shot, got hauled down.
All right, so first power play of the afternoon belongs to the Cataracts. Stephenville win the faceoff and get it down the ice.
And we'll look at the Cataract formation and the power play tonight. You got Mike Brent moved up forward.
Friendly to the Lightning, number 24, Robbie Reed.
He
Place
will
of
no doubt
Andre
take
Gill.
up position in front of the net.
Takes up a lot of position.
Drover will bring it, or sorry, Marr will bring it in. Circles the goals. Over the other side. Back to Marr. Josh Fitzgerald. Down to Marr. Marr. He had Pittman draped all over him. They go the other side. Throw it into the crease. Puck bounces around. Lightning able to clear it. Fitzgerald got a glove on it. Couldn't hold it in. And then center forces
Lightning did a really good job, George,
his
of
partner, Nick, to go
pressuring
back.
on the penalty kill. Sorry.
No, that's on me. Nick Fitzgerald drops it. Cody Drover pushed to the boards. Scrushy stayed with him. Marr got it to the front of the goal. Bounces around. Still loose there. Comes into the crease. Couple of saves made by Roach. Cataracts are on it. Drover. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Back in behind the goal. Nick Fitzgerald. Brent is in there. Brent knocks it loose. Marr has it. Marr, cross ice pass. Drover down in the corner. Under 30 to go in the power play. Drover behind the goal. Stops up there. Cataracts keep it down low. Back to Drover trying to jam it in. It comes loose and cleared by the Lightning.
They didn't use their D-man, George. They had so much space up there, and it just stayed down too close. You need to use your D-man. They touch us. Too many men here.
Yeah, they let it go, and that's going to pretty much do it for the power play. Just 5 seconds left on the clock. Sims. Penalties now over.
Looking at both D-men for the Cataracts, that entire power play, they were wide open, but they just didn't get utilized.
Yeah, as I said, they just keep the puck down low.
And Stephenville did a good job of protecting down low.
Cantwell. Jeremy Drover. Goes back to Cantwell. Coffey down the right side. Coffey, shot off the defenseman. Sims looking for it, can't get to it. Savory played it to the boards. Comes to the side of the net, and Roach will cover it there. 13-19 to go, first period. 1-0. Stephenville Lightning lead this one.
One of the things, George, when you're on a power play, and if you bring the opposition to your defense against you all the way down inside of the hash marks, which all four players defending for Stephenville were, that means you have a guy who's, whether you're in the umbrella formation or not, on a power play, he's wide open, and they were wide open each time, but they did not utilize it. If you get the puck back to him, that forces a forward out and creates some space down low.
Sims, or it's King rather. King with a shot. That one off. Stephenville players lost his stick. Costello with no stick drops in front of it. And what a block.
Yeah, he took him the back of the leg. He's looking for his stick. He can't find it.
I don't see it out there either.
He's down in the corner.
Ah, okay, down in the near corner. Anyway, he's gone to the bench. Champion. Again, it went off a Stephenville defender. They've gotten in the way of a number of shots here in the first period. King able to hold it in.
Getting in passing and shooting lanes is a very good defensive thing.
Pinkson off the boards. Roberts inside his own end. Cuts between a couple of Cataracts and heads up the ice. Dumps it in deep.
Roberts had a good game for Stephenville last night, I thought, in a losing effort.
Wicks tried to get it out. It's kept in. Tipped in front. Goes wide. Cataracts tried to relieve the pressure. It hit the linesman.
Yeah, and he's saying, I got that one.
Hit him. Went back in. Stephenville touch it up. Offside.
Gushy's a big target.
Yeah, hit Brian Gruchy.
He's shaking his leg there. I can't believe he's even showing that he got any type of pain.
He's laughing.
I can't wait to see him on the golf course.
Yeah. Get hit. Don't rub it. Don't show it. Don't nobody know you're hurt. Normore with another chance. Boy, he can really shoot it.
His release is phenomenal, George.
That just went over the top of the net. Pass back at the point for Savory and got underneath his stick, so Stephenville forced to go back in their own end.
And Normore gave him a
bad
good pass, just a little hard.
Giveaway by the goaltender. Back at the point for Brent. Brent steps in, shoots, looking for a deflection. Cantwell from the other side puts it in around behind the goal. Drover, he let it go. Coffey's got it in the corner. Coffey back at the point for Brent. Brent with a good hard shot. Rebound is there.
Oh,
phenomenal save by Roach.
I can't believe it.
See, laid out Rob Cody Drover.
Wow. I was about to say it's in the net.
Made a good save on the first one. Made a better save in the second one, and we've got a penalty coming up.
Normore's getting a penalty over here for interference, I'm thinking.
You got it. That's the call.
Yeah, the puck is behind the net. Not only is he finishing up on his check, but he's also taking the guy heavy into the boards. That's going to get called every time. The puck is 65 feet away. But, George, going back to that save.
Phenomenal.
He's down and on his stomach, on his pads there, and he's swimming around. And Cody Drover's on his backhand. Looks like an empty net for sure. How he managed to stop it, I just don't know. Anyway, phenomenal.
It's the kind of goaltending you need.
Got to have it.
So, Cataracts back on the power play. Didn't do a whole lot with that first opportunity, as you mentioned. Kept the puck down low. Did not use their D-men at all. Here's Josh Fitzgerald. His shot again off a stick, up and out of play. Peddle getting a stick in the way of that one.
Full credit to Peddle here and Fitzgerald. He does a nice fake. However, stick still stays in the way. Give very good credit to number 9, Peddle, to get that stick there, take away that shooting.
Meyer wins the face-off, but it went off of Drover. Heads up. If I had my glove, I would have caught that. That was close. It came right in front of us here. Surprised you didn't get that one, Robert.
Well, I had sat back because I was looking through the window of the and I seen the puck coming. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah. That had a little zip on it. I wasn't going to try and catch that one.
It did. I might have even taken my hand back.
It came right across the front of the windows here.
Yeah, that had some zip.
There's Fitzgerald over the other side to Nick Fitzgerald. Josh to Nick. Meyer to Nick. Back down to Meyer behind the net. Drover steps out in front. Cody Drover has it again. For Meyer. Meyer fed it into the slot. Cleared away. Good job by Peddle to break that up. Meyer's got it again. This time it's March sliding out to break it up. Nick Fitzgerald back to Murr. Grover. Brent's in front of the goal. Murr. Another block shot. Peddle lays out, gets the shin pads on that one, and he's heading to the bench. Great shift.
I watched him last night, George. I thought he had one of the better games that I've seen here as a forward. He got a stick in the way of Fitzgerald, a shift or so, or 30, 40 seconds ago, won a face-off, and then gets down in front of Murr, takes it off the leg. Awesome. Your penalty killers have to sacrifice, and he sacrificed.
Too bad we don't have a stat on the block shots by the Lightning, but I would think we're in double digits already.
And getting into passing lanes, yes.
Ten minutes to go here in the first period. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Myers got it. That bounces around. Taking a swing at it in front was Champion. Puck goes high in the air.
It was a swing.
Lightning on it.
It's going to be a penalty on the Cataracts behind the play and Travis Champion, I think. Yeah,
Tripping.
Lightning did a great job of defending, and as they were getting possession, the puck going up.
So we got 30 seconds exactly left in the Stephenville penalty, so it's 4-on-4 for a little bit.
I love the energy that Champion brings. And George, he's had 4 shifts already. I don't know if he had 4 last night, but he's had 4 shifts here in the first period today. Wow, it just missed.
Penalty to the Cataracts, number 18, Travis Champion. 2 minutes for tripping at 10:16. Champion tripping, 10:16.
Just having a look at the Cataracts bench. I see Paul Glavine is in there as the head coach behind the bench. Andre Gill not on the bench.
No, and Paul was there last night. I guess Andre is just taking a step back, looking at it from a different point of view.
Yeah, take advantage of being out to watch the game. You see it a little differently when you're not coaching it, no doubt.
No question.
Don't have as much to focus on. All right, Stephenville now on the power play.
And, of course, Paul Whalen is there as well, and Cody White.
Hollett had to go off his skates. Sims will send it the length of the ice. 1 minute to go in the Stephenville power play. Hollett in over the blue line. Stops up there. Centers it. Pinkson over the other side.
Look out when he shoots it.
That's Normore.
Normore is over there just waiting to tee that up.
Yeah, just missed. This is Normore with the puck back behind the goal to Pinkson.
That was a rocket shot.
Pinkson a little trouble with it. Fitzgerald was on him. Gets away with it. Over to Savory. Up to Normore. Normore down the right side. Normore tried to feed it back. Nobody there. That's brought in.
It's outside. There was no puck support. Too close. His D-man was just too close to him. There's no space.
That will allow Cataracts to shoot it down the ice just 10 seconds ago. Drover on it first. Marion looking for it. Nice move by Savory to get around Marr.
At the end of
He'll
the shift,
bring it
he's
up.
tired.
And that's the end of the power play. And shot blocker saved by Barrett. Josh Fitzgerald on it. Coffee off the boards and out. Bird back in. Here's Mike Brent. Sends it right on goal, and he had Drover in behind everybody. I think he was hoping, even if it hit the boards, well, no.
He tried to do that
Drover
on
might get there.
the penalty kill as well. And we've seen Mike Brent do that over the years, George. He's not afraid to shoot the puck from anywhere, regardless of his icing or not, and he gets that puck on net quite often, even from 175 feet away.
Brings about a face-off in the Stephenville end. Controlled by the Lightning. Off the boards. Jeremy Drover kept it in. The Lightning with a chance to move it out to an open wing. Doheny gets to it. Dumps it in for the Lightning. Wicks back to pick it up. Wicks behind the net. Drover He gets crushed by a couple of Lightning as they're in on the forecheck, but the puck comes loose and the Cataracts have it.
Yeah, he got hit hard twice.
Marr. Back to Wicks. He'll shoot it. Rebound was there. Marr's on it. Around the boards. Jeremy Drover. Back in deep. Jordan Marr. Twisting and turning, trying to get away from Pittman. Down and behind the goal. Right out in front, just missed Drover. Back for Wicks. Back for Drover. Puck bouncing around. Coffey. Back for Wicks. He'll go the other side. Drover with a wrist shot. Again, it's blocked by Stephenville.
Unbelievable. That's got to be a dozen.
Jake Roberts with the block.
Roberts and Peddle just been absolutely phenomenal up front for this Lightning team, blocking shots and getting in the passing lanes.
Gill at center. Gets it over center, off the boards to himself. Brings it in. Nice little move. Went over the top of Champion as he tried to go to the goal. Then a shot went wide. Barrett is down. Now getting back up. He was rolling around in the crease. Cataracts throw it around to the near side. Kyle King will pick it up there. King heads up the ice. King trying to cut inside. Good job by Roach. Stay with him.
Stay with him shoulder to shoulder.
Brent kept it onside. Off the boards. Bounces out in front. Champion with a couple of whacks at it. Whistle goes. The puck was loose. Travis Champion hit a pretty good,
It was
pretty good
loose.
poke at it.
Yeah, and the officials on the other side who really can't see it, but we could see the pad was down, but the puck, we could clearly see the puck. So, as you're told, you keep battling till the whistle. And Travis Champion did.
Face-off win for the Cataracts. Brent plays it over to the boards. On it first. Brandon Jewer behind the boards. Trying to get it to Champion. King's got it. Let's throw it the other side. That'll get out. Mike Brent has it. And off the boards. Shot in by King. Doheny. Fan on the first attempt. Got it over to Taylor. A little trouble here. Lightning. They get it right down the ice on the goaltender, so no icing. Cataracts will change. Long stretch pass. It's Nick Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald all alone. Circling the goal. Costello got in the way of that centering pass. Fitzgerald brings it in again. Fitzgerald into the middle. Tried to make the pass over to Sims. He got surrounded by Lightning players. Couldn't make the pass.
Collapsed well, took away any options.
Oak moves it ahead. Here it comes. Sims with a chance. Sims with a shot. Roach with a good stick save.
Bad line change for the Lightning. Got caught shorthanded and lucky.
Sims. Fitzgerald into the slot. Okie fanned on it. He was all alone.
Can't ask for a better spot, Oak.
And cleared down the ice. And again, it'll go on goal, so no icing. May have been going wide. Barrett decided to play it.
Just keep the play going.
Absolutely. Well, what a chance for Oak a minute ago. Just
Now, I think he looked up, George, and lost
Yep.
it off a stick.
couldn't believe how open he was. Had to look to see where he was going to put that one. Drover gains the blue line, drops it off, shot rattles around, comes into the near corner. Normore. His pass picked off by Marr. Drops it back to Cantwell. Tried to give it back to Marr, but Marr was going the other direction. Lightning come back in. A shot. Rebound was there. Nobody there for the Lightning to knock that one home. Drover had a chance and went under his stick. Normore back in. Normore working against Wicks. Into the corner, trying to protect the puck along the boards. Gets it back to Roach. Roach bobbled it, and it came out over the blue line, and that'll be offside. 2:50 to go here in the first.
20 players on the Cataracts bench. Gave the official a hand on that one. Well, George, I was watching Normore come down on the right-hand side, and Wicks was there. He's a tough man to handle. And even when he doesn't lose a battle, he still is able to make some really good plays.
Cody Drover. Under 3 to play here in the first. 1-0 Stephenville. Good glove save by Roach as Drover shot it.
And I think Drover today, George, realizes that, with Andre Gill out of the lineup and not having your go-to man on the right side with him and Murr, he's going to take a little bit more responsibility in that line today. You might see him shoot the puck a little bit more often.
Murr to face off against Peddle. Murr wins it cleanly back to Corey Brent. The shot went wide. Roberts is on it. Around the boards it comes. Came off the boards. Cataracts are on it. Drover. Doheny rather, is on him.
I believe I said that last night.
That's what made me say it.
I think so.
Brent holds it in.
I said it multiple times.
Murr. Wicks. He'll shoot it. That one got through. Roach with another big save. Roach has been good here in this first period.
It's been excellent.
Roberts gets it out in front. A shot put just wide. What a great move by Roberts.
I thought it was in the net, but it was the player.
Brilliant pass.
It was awesome.
That was Hollett had the chance. Hollett takes a little bump and...
It's a knee on knee.
Yeah, Brent a little shaken up. That's Corey Brent. Little hobble. Pinkson over to Hollett. Hollett's got some room as the Cataracts are changing. Hollett winds up the big slap shot.
Oh, what a
Cantwell
shot.
blocks that one.
Phenomenal. Timing was immaculate.
Gruchy. Ooh, Gruchy with a neat little move, trying to get around Brent.
That was a great move.
Puck just went off his stick into the corner, but that was some fancy stick work.
Yeah, much better than his cousin Brian, who's on the lines.
Let's put it on goal. Comes right back out. Another chance for Fitzgerald, and again Roach is there, having a terrific first period. Cats out shooting Stephenville 15-7.
And George, if you look where Roach was too, then he was outside of the blue paint in a great position, great angle, took it right in the breadbasket. Good goaltenders will tell you, in order for you to be successful, you have to have good angles and positioning and make it look simple. And it was.
Taylor wins the face-off into the corners. We're into the final minute of this opening period. 1-0, Stephenville Lightning leading the Cataracts. It's lifted high in the air. Taylor waited for it to come down, shot it in right on goal. Scrum down in the far corner. 4 players in there. Referee telling them to move it. I don't know if they're going to. How much patience have we got? Puck is still loose, though. It's back at the point. Again, it's bobbled. Stephenville can't touch it. That's 2 or 3 times that's happened to them here in this first period.
Yeah, it's a board battle. Cataracts won and then
Drover
chipped it out.
Drops it back for Murr. Murr trying to cut in. Lost the handle. That shot.
Move.
Drover with a chance. That hit the outside of the goal. Drover's got it again. Back for Fitzgerald's. Got to be careful. Keeps it in. Murr to Drover. Coffey to Drover. Here's Murr out in front. Cleared away. Brent with a chance. Time's going to run out. The Cataracts with a bit of a flurry towards the end of the period. But and Mike Brent is hobbling badly after that shot attempt. Oh, this does not look good. He's claiming he took a knee.
Yeah.
You see Rob Canning, referee said, "Don't look at me."
He said, I can't put up with that.
Yeah. So a bit of an interesting finish to the end of the first period. Cataracts with some chances and some tempers flaring a little bit.
I watched Mike 2 shifts earlier, and when he tried to shoot the puck over into the crack, never tried, he shot it over it, but he wobbled a little bit. I think it might have been a stick out the back of the leg, but that one was, as he was following through on the shot, the guy was coming out, and he did get knee on knee. There's no question about that. Whether it was intentional or not, it was clearly knee on knee, and you could hear Mike viewing his displeasure, and of course Mike is an official, and but I know that, and I could hear specifically Rob Canning saying to the guys on the bench, I didn't see it, I'm not going to put up with that. In other words, the boisterous voicing of displeasure.
Yeah, the complaints. I'd like to register a complaint. A Monty Python sketch.
Drop it in the suggestion box, please.
Anyway, so One period done, a good period of hockey between these
I
two
love
teams. It went back and forth, good scoring chances both sides. Stephenville with the only goal of the game. They lead it 1-0. We'll be back with the second period in just a few minutes. You're watching Central West Senior Hockey League action from the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium here in Grand Falls, Windsor, exclusively on AO.live. Had a pretty good mini game on the go during the first intermission. Had Mike Brent's daughter Aurora was playing, had a couple of goals. Jason Stone's son Easton out there playing.
Yeah.
Last night Mike's son Anders was playing, so great bit of fun. You
Some
see
good
part of the
lineage,
crowd
some
on hand here today, sorry, as we pan
Family
around.
traditions. I like it.
And speaking of Mike Brent, good news. You may have noticed he was out there helping with the mini game. He left at the end of the first period. We're concerned that he may have had a knee injury. I'm told it wasn't a knee that he injured. It was actually up high on the thigh, more of a Charlie horse, and he says he's good to go. We'll see. But certainly good that it wasn't on the knee and damage to that.
He says he's good to go. That's good enough for me.
Here's Marr. His shot. Ooh, that came out at a bit of an odd angle. His goaltender made the save. In behind the Stephenville net. Cantwell with a chance again. Stephenville blocked the shot.
It's amazing. This was Pinkston just done from his defensive position.
They'll go right down to the goal, and Barrett's going to be forced to cover it up, so he'll get a face-off in the Cataracts end. You see Mike Brent down there. From the face-off, Stephenville with a chance. Hollett went down. Now he's got it in the corner. Taken away, and the Cataracts come out with it. Nick Fitzgerald gets through the blue line, dumps it in. Sims in there on Doheny. Doheny gets it up along the boards, but the Cataracts have it. Shot from a sharp angle, kicked out by Roach. Taking it neatly off his skate is Hollett. Brings it in over the blue line, then lost the handle. It's chipped off the boards. Cataracts with a chance to move it here. Here's Sims into the middle. Pass not handled by Oak. That's cleared down the ice, and that will go for icing as Stephenville were changing. Again, Stephenville with that block shot. They've just been packing players in front of the goal.
Yeah, they have the whole time, George. And
Yeah, they collapse down low on just about every play.
yeah, and getting in really good positions, but more importantly, the timing has been absolutely incredible for these shot blocks.
Face-off win for the Lightning. Allow them to get it out. It'll be backhanded in by Pittman. Gill got a stick on it. Got it out in front. Gobbled up by Marr. Marr winding up inside his own blue line, heading up the ice. Jordan Marr drops it back. Pass across for Coffey. Went off the heel of his stick.
Great three-way passing play. Wasn't able to finish.
Coffey with a shot from a sharp angle. Back at the point it goes. Brent winds up. That hit the goal post. That was Corey Brent. You hear the ding.
Big time.
There's Cody Drover.
It's offside by a mile.
Wow.
That was offside by a mile.
Drover goes down. Normore gets it up ahead to Gruchy. Gruchy one-on-one. Gruchy wrist shot. Barrett has it, holds on. That was about 10 feet offside, wasn't it, Robert?
George, that was... I'm very, very surprised. The linesman was right on that. Jordan Marr was trying to hold the blue line. Cody Drover made a little move at the blue line. Marr just continued in. It was not near close. George, I've been watching Marr for a number of weeks now, and not only does he possess great skill, you know, in the open ice, shooting pucks and getting in position, but I really like the way he rolls off of checks. He's targeted a lot, and so he should be. He has the puck a lot. He's, you know, one of the better players in the league. But if you watch him down low, which seems there's no room for him to maneuver to avoid a check, he rolls off checks so very, very well by, you know, dipping one shoulder, going the other way. Very rarely you see him get hit straight on, head up. That's a skill. It's something you work on as a kid. All of these drills you do without the puck.
White back to pick it up off the boards. Nick Fitzgerald steps in, threw it across. Sims was wide open, couldn't get a stick on it.
Empty net.
Normore shrugs off. Sims gets a shot away. Boy, his release is so quick.
It is.
Just missed. Low far side. There's Normore again working against Brent. Brent got a stick on that. Doheny up to Savory, who will relay it in. Normore will get there first. Normore, good speed, gets to the puck, feeds it back to the point. Pinkson with a shot, change direction. Barrett had to get the shoulder on it, make the save. Back come the Cataracts. Fitzgerald. Around behind the goal. Out in front. Shot. Stopped by Roach as he got the left pad down. Josh Fitzgerald plays it back. Jeremy Drover back to pick it up. Back to Fitzgerald. Back to Drover. The Cataracts will get it out to center. Pass a little bit too far for Jewer. Pinkson back in his own end. Wanting up. Cataracts are changing. Look out. Here's Reed. Reed in over the blue line. Snapshot. Barrett makes a save. Rebound is there. Cleared by Roach behind the goal.
Reed has a great shot as well.
Right out in front. They have a chance. Backhand stop. Barrett keeps it out.
He saved it with his glove as the puck was going in the air. He's down and makes the save. It was
Reached up.
It was going in the back of the net.
Couple of great chances there for the Lightning.
Wow.
They lead it 1-0. 16 minutes to go here in the second period.
Reed had a great shot and then pedal, and Barrett, who's down on all fours, reaches back and grabs it going into the empty net.
Face-off win for the Lightning. Shot off the glass, sits in behind the goal. Just cleared out. There's Doheny, drops it back. Cataracts at center, turn and go. Kyle King. King with a shot, kicked away by Roach. King on the rebound. Roach has got that too. Then it's thrown out into the blue paint, comes back to the point for Wicks. Wicks back in around behind the goal for King. King up towards the blue line, hanging on to it, threw it in front, it changed direction. Roach kept it out.
Wow.
And cleared by the Lightning. Great chances, both ends of the ice.
Yes, that's icing.
It's going to be. Corey Brent trying to make the pass over to the left side, went off the boards and down over the goal line.
Yeah, he's right down below us, and he has 2 feet to go to the red line. Wholesale change here for Lightning. They're coming right back out with their number 1 unit.
Yep. Savory, no more. Gruchy.
Shorten the bench a little bit already. A long way to go.
Cataracts win the faceoff. Cantwell to Mike Brent. And Marr backhands it in. Both teams have their number 1 line out there. Gets past Cantwell down the ice. This will go wide and icing against the Lightning.
That's one, when you're giving him possession back behind the net, George, the goaltender needs to really come around to stop that one, because it's coming to the D-man. It really doesn't have a whole lot that he can do with it. He's being forechecked and he's being checked from behind. Therefore, him just shooting the puck around the boards as your hard rim is going to get out.
Gruchy taking it wide, threw it in front, looking for it with Savory. Back to the point, Pinkson's got it. At the Normore, his pass was picked off, and away comes Marr. Marr working against Pittman, puts on the brakes. Back at the point, Brent looked like it came out, Robert.
I thought so, George. I'm looking at Lons and Gushy down on our side, and the other one, neither one of them made an indication.
Brent with a shot kicked out. Good to see Mike Brent going. He seems to be okay.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Marr drops it. Fitzgerald able to walk in. Can't shoot it. For Drover. Drover corrals it. Shoots. Scores!
It's going to be goaltender interference, I'm thinking.
Ooh. They're waving it off.
Actually, they're complaining, but referee Canning is calling it a goal. The goaltender definitely got hit. There's no question about it.
I turned my head to set up the replay and missed what you caught. Great to have 2 people up here.
Drover shot the puck.
They're going to talk about it.
Yeah. I think what he's saying is
let's
that
have a look here, Robert, see what we can pick up.
You watch, he's backing into the net, and you see him, he bangs right into him there,
There's
George.
Coffee, yeah.
That's I'm really surprised that that's a goal. He bangs completely into him, and then Drover lets the shot go. Just watch. He bangs him here. The puck is not in.
Yeah,
Goaltender could not stop it.
second look at it.
That's a real surprise to me on that one. Now, they don't have the advantage of the replays that we do, but the forward, unquestioned, Coffey backed into him quite and wasn't pushed into him, trying to get in position, and then Drover shoots the puck afterwards, goes Blacker's side, beats the goaltender.
Jamie Brake wanted a conversation with Rob Canning. They
And I don't
finished it,
blame
and then
him.
Canning's going back to talk to him again.
He's talking to the other guy because he said, I don't want to speak to you now.
Cody Grover. Assist by number 52, John
We're tied at 1.
and number 10, Jordan Murray.
And I fault the goaltender for that one.
Grover,
No.
and Murray.
He had Coffey falling into him.
Oh, there's not a chance that he can make that save. That's how Cody Drover, quality shot. And as I said earlier, George, you're going to see Drover shooting the puck more.
Trying to get it out for Sims. It comes back to center. Josh Fitzgerald.
We've got some life in this game here this
Jeremy
afternoon.
Drover. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Stephenville,
It's a
much
lot-
better team, when you get all your players there. It's amazing. Hey,
It's a lot of energy here in the building today. I like it.
Jesse
Sunday
Roach.
afternoon.
obviously a smaller crowd than last night. That'll be icing, but a pretty decent crowd for Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, like-
always drops off a bit Sunday afternoons.
Yeah, we had a good crowd here. George, we've had a good
Oh.
crowd every game of the year.
Great fan support from
Like, I'll
the
even go
Cats
back-
fans.
I'll go back to our days 2016, 17, 18, 19 when the Cataracts were winning herders. And I can't remember crowds this big all the time, George. Yeah, we have big crowds, but I mean, you think the first week in the season we had 1,250 people here.
Yeah.
I mean, and I spoke to my wife last night because I couldn't hear the numbers for the 50-50, and it was over 1,150 again last night.
Yeah,
Now, she may have won it, not told me.
Yeah, I would say Saturday nights have been over 1,000 each game.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think, just to continue with that thought, fans got a little complacent with the Cataracts through those middle years where they were
You're
winning
right.
all the herders.
Yeah.
That first herder they won in 2011, the place went nuts, of course.
Yeah.
And since then, we won 4 more in the next 9 years. And fans, as I say, got a little complacent. That shot by Champion kicked away.
Well, they had the three.
But now they got it back after not having it for a few years, and everybody's happy to. And there's a big collision. Tried to split the defense, got sandwiched, took down a couple of guys.
And George, they got it back, and through no fault of the Cataracts organization, who wanted and continued to want to play senior hockey, they had nowhere to play.
The team was ready and willing to play.
Stan
no one to
Coughlin-
play against.
Stan
for a few-
Coughlin and his group, and wanting to play in the West Coast League, wanting to play in the East Coast League, and they couldn't get a place to play. And the last time they played was 2019.
And then, of course,
COVID.
you had COVID step in, and
Yeah.
frankly, I think myself, you, and just about everybody else involved here didn't think we would see the Cataracts back this
No,
soon. So people are just delighted to have the product back on the ice.
Well, I can remember up to the golf course last summer, end of August, and talking to Andre Deal and a couple more, and they were trying to rejuvenate the Cataracts, as was Cody Drover. And they had a couple of skates that just couldn't get enough bodies.
Yeah.
This year it was more of a determined effort, and we see what we got.
What we got is Jordan Marr bringing it in. Again, he stops, tried to feed it in front, went off a skate, goes to the far boards. Normore gets it, plays it down the ice. Fitzgerald back to get it. Leaves it for Mike Brent. Back around the boards. It'll be kept in by Normore. Then it comes out. Coffey's on it, and
that.
it'll be a glove pass.
Yeah, went off of Fitzgerald, came back out.
So the faceoff's going to come all the way back into the Cataracts end. 11:31 to go, second period. We've got a good one going at the Joe. 1-1 tie.
But George, to finish that thought about the Cataracts and all that, and just look at the Stephenville Lightning, who were in the Newfoundland Senior Hockey League, the ONAHA, back in the late 70s and early 80s, and then, for 4 or 5 years in a row were successful. They were gone forever.
Hollett with a backhand, a big save by Bard. Puck is still loose there. Cataracts able to clear it. Now we got a race. I'll let you get back to that in a second.
Short.
Oak gets to it. Oak. Fitzgerald for Sims. Saved by Roach.
But yeah, to get back to that, George, and of course over on the West Coast and that, and they've been crying for senior hockey as well, and it's hats off to the volunteers behind the scenes. It is unbelievable the amount of work that they have to do 365 days a year, not for 5 to 6 months, because 5 or 6 months won't get you on the ice.
There's a lot of work goes on behind the scenes that people don't see, and he said working on it during the summer. That pass just missed Fitzgerald. Approach to Hollett. Get around the outside of Fitzgerald. Threw it in front. Backhand hit the outside of the net.
That was a great move by Hollett.
Pass just a little bit behind Taylor. Peddle with a chance to the side of the net. That's stopped by Barrett. He'll hold on.
George, this has opened up a bit. We're seeing a lot of shots down low. I know it says 27-15 home team shots on goal over the Lightning, but there's been a lot of quality shots down low for both teams. Goaltenders have had to come up with some really good saves.
Champion won the face-off. Cataracts with a chance to move it out. On this side, Brandon Jewer trying to feed it in front. Was looking for Champion. That's cleared down the ice.
I don't think it's going to make it, or it's
going to go right on goal, and I think Barrett's going to have to cover it with a couple of Lightning players right there.
And the puck took a little bounce just before it got to him as well.
Behind the goal, they feed it out in front. Chance for Shea. Turned aside by Barrett. Kept in. White can't shoot it. Plays it off the boards. Gets in a little deeper. Threw it right in front. That went off the skate of Corey Brent in front. Just went wide. Champion can't get it out. Kept in. Savory with a shot off a stick. Barrett got a stick on that. Goes up and out of play.
George, most goaltenders will tell you, for just a regular fan, they're going to look down here and say that puck went up and he actually purposely angled his stick so it would go up and out of play to get a stoppage play. That's a very smart play by the goaltender.
Coffey back into the slot and under the stick of Drover. Back comes Savory. Tried to get it to Gruchy. Broken up by Cantwell. Savory back to get it.
Nice read by Cantwell to step up there.
Gruchy cut inside. Went inside outside. Nice move. Keeps going.
Beautiful move.
Back at the point. Comes this side. Pinkson. Diagonal pass down to Gruchy. Into the slot looking for Normore. Cataracts got a stick on it. Gruchy with a nice move off the boards. Good shift here for the those white and blue. I didn't say
you didn't
Jets.
say Jets. No,
nope,
that's good.
Still good.
We're still good.
Delayed offside. Cataracts have it. Cantwell. Tell you, that first line of the Lightning is very effective.
They're as good as any line around.
Drover did not get a piece of that, so that's going to be icing.
And George, even my pregame, I was talking about, puck possession. And, just looking at my notes there now. And, of course, one of the things is that, when you don't have it, you just chasing the puck and it tires you out. Puck possession, when their number one line comes out, George, they got the puck a lot. And they protect the puck well, and they also just don't decide to give it away. Normore, who protects the puck as well as anybody, he's a tough man. And Savory, not a big kid, but really does good job on the boards.
Nick Fitzgerald swinging wide, got away a shot, one off. I think the defenseman in around behind the goal. Kept in. Sims, that was broken up. Nice job by Pittman.
Good shot block by Fitzgerald.
Come the Cataracts again. Sims feeding in front, they score!
George, I watched Oak from center ice.
Oak with the goal.
He recognized his left winger, and he went on his horses, did not slow down. If you watch Oak right here, you see him. He
right at the bottom of the screen.
He takes off hard. He beats his check, goes there, puts it in.
That's a pretty one.
That's a real good one, and hats off to Oak for recognizing and coming back. He's basically lurking in the weeds. And the time his check, which is the defenseman, recognizes him, he's back onto him. He gets past him, it's too late. Coaches will tell you, defenseman, you need to have your head on a swivel defensively. He was looking at the puck. The forward's coming back behind him. Is the guy's going to score? Who did?
And the Cataracts again to the side of the goal and around behind
That's
there. Try the wraparound play, and Roach has got it. Puck was put in well after the whistle.
Yeah, he blew it. Or I should say not he, she, Daniel Mills. Blew it quickly, but it was covered for a period of time.
Yeah, he had it under the pad.
He did.
Late in the third period in Corner Brook, latest update, the Impact are leading Western 3-2. I tell you, Western's playing a lot better hockey lately.
They are. That game is not over yet, George. It started at 12:30, according to Brian Casey.
Well, unless the
yeah, it could be.
Unless the Impact haven't updated their
That's possible.
Twitter account, but that's the last thing I'm seeing on their Twitter.
Okay.
Let's check the Western Twitter, see if we get anything more up to date. Right in front, they come
Wow.
in Barrett with a big save as he robs Howlett.
George, this is
Whoa,
phenomenal.
what a game.
This is a great game. I mean, the two goaltenders are having themselves quite the battle here today, and we're only in the second period.
Yeah, a long way to go in this one.
A long way, yeah. It's 10-3. We got a 4:30 game to do, George.
Sorry?
NFL.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But you know, I was thinking today, we were talking about it last night, what happens if the Cataracts and the Impact playing
Yeah.
playoff games here at the same time? You know, they could go, say the Impact finish fourth. That's offside. They could play here, Impact Friday night,
Yes.
Impact Saturday afternoon, Cataracts Sunday night, Impact Sunday morning, Cataracts Sunday afternoon.
Wow.
They could fit it in. It'll
How's
be a
that?
busy weekend for us.
How's it going to be on your throat? You're going to need a lot of lozenges.
I'll get the fisherman's friends out.
Okay,
Hey,
I like
listen,
them.
you know, the ball hockey is 10 or 12 games a day.
Yeah, so that's a joke.
Yeah, this is
That's-
a walk in the park.
that's
you
easy.
kidding me?
Oh, that's a joke.
Yeah, they're still playing over there. Last I've got now on
Okay.
the league Twitter account for NLU18 is 4-3 Impact with 4.5 left in regulation. Cataracts. The Impact need that win.
Oh, yeah. Vital.
Coffee off the heel of his stick into the corner. Tried to feed it out in front. Savory has it. Savory lifts it high in the air. It's knocked down with a high stick by Normore, and that'll bring the faceoff back in the Stephenville end.
That's one of the plays, George, I can never, ever understand. I think it's just a reaction, but as a forward, as anybody, you're trying to knock that puck down in the air.
You know,
You know if you knock it down, it's getting blown down.
it's just instinctive.
It is.
The puck is there, you reach for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off the boards. Pinkson around to the far side. Cataracts all backing up. Grushi down the middle. Grushi gets knocked down. Stephenville still with it and is taken away. Nice play by Fitzgerald. Moves it to Oak. Oak on Pinkson. Fitzgerald in there in support. He's got the puck. Off the boards, back to Mike Brent. Brent winds up, rips it. Went wide and comes all the way out to center. Josh Fitzgerald with it. Savory calling for a line change. Heads to the bench. Brent up ahead to Fitzgerald. Oak heading for the front of the goal. Fitzgerald turning in the corner. Back at the point for Brent. It's over at the left side this time. Shot tipped wide. Fitzgerald's on it. Normore will pick it up on the far boards. Normore heading up the ice, looking over on the right side. Off a stick, up and out of play. One last comment on the Impact. They made history this weekend. A young man by the name of Alexei Andreev, who is from Ukraine. His family moved to St. John's initially when they came here from Ukraine. Recently moved to Grand Falls, Windsor. Alexei is a student at Exploits Valley High. Got to meet him this week.
Awesome.
When I was doing some substitute teaching there, doing some phys ed. And he suited up for the Impact, making him the first Ukrainian player to play in the NL U18.
Great story. I watched him down to the Exploits Valley High Eagles practice a couple of weeks back as he had just arrived, and my son plays on that team, and I watched him, and just such a great story.
Dumped in by the Lightning. Wicks kept in. Doheny shoots it in wide, goes to the far boards. King and Peddle go there. Peddle does a good job to come up with it first. They battle down in the corner. Puck squirts loose. Wicks leaves it. Cataracts get it, rip it around the boards. Just content to ice it and get a line change in.
And that's the thing right now. Got just under 5 minutes left here in the second period, and I could see players coming out now, and you can see some heavy legs, and it's far too early to cut down the 2.5 lines. They tried to sneak in an extra change, and they did this the last time when the Cataracts put out their number one line. Steve Mill countered with their number one line, but this time they already had made their change.
Yeah, no more sent back to the bench.
Yeah.
Puck squirts loose, it comes out. Shot back in by Shea. Now they'll get their change. Look at everybody rushing to the bench to get that first line on.
1 against 1.
Nice play by Shea. Recognized that, got it outside the blue and shot it in, and then just made a beeline for the bench, and Stevensville able to get that change in. Or Drover, rather. He's cut off. Good job by Jeremy Drover to hold it in. He was being pressured. Hale takes it in deep, threw it in front, and Grushi intercepted it. Grushi. No more. Savory. His shot went off of Coffee skate wide.
It did. That was going in.
Normore drops it back at the point. Roach. Normore. Back up top. Pinkston in all alone. Shot. Big pad save by Barrett.
2 great saves.
And now we go 2-on-1. Drover and Marr. Drover to Marr. Hopped off his stick. Won't see that very often. He stays with it. Marr. Drover trying to jam it in. It's still loose. Comes back towards the point. Mike Brent holds it in. Brent turning along the boards. Goes the other side for Marr. Drover into the slot. Marr gets a shot. Save is made. Someone's stick was knocked out of their hands.
The stick was in the crease. The goaltender pushed it away, and then the player pushed it away, which you're not allowed to do. A player is not allowed to push the stick away.
And we apologize if you're catching any of that.
Well, a friendly family afternoon.
Yeah, temper's flaring a little bit.
Actually, it's coming from the stands.
Yeah. Yeah, that last one we heard, I don't know if you heard it or not. But
yeah, just foo, I'm looking for my pizza.
Oak hit along the boards. Hollett follows up on it. Hollett, sharp angle. Barrett's got it and holds on. I'll tell you, Barrett's been really good in this second period.
But, George, to go back to it, was a Cataract stick that was in the crease, and the goaltender, Roach, he is allowed to move the stick out of the way. But then what happens, as the player is coming out, so if the stick is in the way, you can move the stick out of the way, but you can't push the stick towards the guy who's carrying the puck, which is what had happened at Stephenville.
Gotcha.
And the stick actually wasn't broke.
No, it was just dropped.
He just lost it. Yeah, he got knocked out of him.
That changed direction, bounces around. It's still loose to the side of the goal, and Taylor put it wide. I think Brent got over and got a piece of it.
Mike Brent saved it.
Doheny, his shot kicked away by Barrett.
Mike Brent was over on the other side, came back, dived for it, and saved it. It was an empty net.
Peddle. Great shift here for the Lightning. Staying on it. Still in behind the goal. Hollett trying to sweep it out in front. From his knees, kept alive. Now Mike Brent's got it.
He's going to
Brent
get
says,
rid of it.
"Oh, look
Heads
out!"
up!
He was trying to shoot it down the ice and shot it into the crowd, and Mike is looking over there.
Actually, I think it might have hit a guy in
It
the
did.
head.
It did hit somebody,
Yeah.
and Mike is over there looking. We've got.
He's got a cap. He's got a cap on, but it did get him in the head. There's no question.
That had a lot on it too.
It did. He wristed it high and hard. He was in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he was looking to ice it and get a line change in.
Yeah.
It just got away from him.
And
Again, no penalty in senior hockey.
And of course, the glass here in the Joe Byrne is not as high as it is in some other rinks. Mike was being checked hard. Took the wrist shot high and hard. I could see it from here.
Yeah, so there is concern for the fan over just up above the Stephenville bench.
And you know something, George? He has a toque on, which actually is a really good
Hopefully
thing.
that helped. Not sure what's happening here. Nick Fitzgerald is having words with somebody at the
And
Stephenville bench.
The Stephenville trainer's actually gone up to tend to the fan, George. Or there's a towel there that he's given them. Yeah, I don't know why it's the animosity between the players. That one's kind of strange. But I think that you're going to have an announcement made if there's a doctor here. You can get someone, get them stitched up.
Yeah, he's holding it.
Oh, he put his thumb up. That's a good thing. But I'm sure there will be an announcement from the PA here shortly.
Yeah, he's got a towel to the side of his head, but seems to be okay. He's making his way likely to either one of the dressing rooms, or he may be, who knows, maybe heading to the local hospital. Anyway, but he seems to be okay, most importantly, and we're going to continue with the,
he's
the
walking
game. That was scary.
It was. He was walking under his own steam, and went off his head, but he did have a toque on, and that's a good thing.
All right, we are going to resume with 2:38 to go here in the second. Cataracts leading it 2-1.
Yeah, he's walking out of the arena, George.
Yeah. Drop pass. Coffee with a shot. Again blocked, this time by Savory.
Yeah, that hurt.
Here's Normore in full flight. Normore taken right to the front of the goal. Goes into Barrett. Play allowed to continue for now. Now they're going to blow it down as there's a scoring chance, and Normore sitting in the back of the net. Everybody's okay.
Normore was going with a lot of steam. Came back through the middle. Got up in it. Slid into the goaltender. Goaltender. No harm, no foul. They were actually going to let him.
Give him a chance to get
try
out.
to get back out. He couldn't, and so they had to blow it down because the shot was going to be going in there, and that's a dangerous thing.
Yep.
Sure that the face-off should come outside.
Yeah. You are correct.
A lot of bodies out on this ice. We get a lot of action here in this game, George. I really like it.
It's been a great weekend.
Has
There's
been.
a lot going on last night as well.
Yeah, it's a lot more today.
Very competitive game. Here's Marr. Off a skate. Taylor has it. Taylor goes into the middle looking for Hollett. Hollett knocks it out of the air. Play allowed to continue. His backhand goes high. Puck was up in the air, but not high enough for a high stick. Pinkson pulls it back, shoots it, and Barrett grabs it. That may have been headed for the top corner.
Reached out, grabbed that out of the air.
Under 2 to play in the second. Stephenville led it 1-0 after 1. Cataracts with 2 here in the second. Kept in. Taylor's got it. Taylor holding it. That went right on goal. I don't think Barrett was really expecting the shot, but he's got it.
Seemed like it hit his stick, and he wasn't quite aware. But Stephenville Lightning now, George, are shooting the puck from everywhere, and that's the thing that you want to do. You want to get one of these goals, a deflection, screen, rebound, whatever it happens to be. But the more shots you get on net, the better opportunities you're going to have.
Smart Drover heading to the front of the goal. Couldn't quite reach it. Cleared away by Roach.
Peddle did a great job on the back check, putting pressure on Cody Drover.
Brent. Off the boards and out, jumping on it. It's Coffey. Coffey holding a shot. Again, it's blocked. Back at the point, Cantwell dumps it into the corner. Drover on it first. Drover back at the point for Brent. Brent will shoot it. That one off Pinkson's skate.
It did. Never flinched.
I think it hit the blade of the skate. Stolen away by Maher. Off the boards, was looking for Drover. Savory intercepted that. 1 minute to go. Just onside at the blue line. This player was coming off the bench out of that gate that's inside the blue line. Just got back out over. Drover gets to it, negates the icing, good speed, shakes off a check, steps out in front. Drover lost it, makes the pass across, and another big save. Josh Fitzgerald, that hit Cataract player in front.
Maher had an empty net. Goaltender made save. I don't know how he made it. I don't know how he saw it. It's going to be a penalty, pushing the back.
Late here in the second period. Puck sitting on top of the goal, and that's where it ends up. That's where the whistle goes. 13.5 seconds left. Stephenville on the power play. Cross-checking will be the call.
Yeah. Normore had turned and pivoted over on the boards, had himself in a good spot. The defender for the Cataracts, really a whole lot of nothing else he could really do. Put the cross-check into the back. Wasn't a hard one, enough to warrant a penalty, however. But Maher had an unbelievable opportunity down low.
Oh.
Went off a Drover's stick, who was trying to get it over to him. And Maher in his spot that he loves to be, just down inside at the top of the circle. And goaltender came across, made the save.
A little inadvertent pass. Drover was cutting out in front, just lost the handle, and it went right over to Maher.
Yeah.
All right, so Stephenville trailing by one on the power play here late in the second. They win the faceoff. Pinkston with his shot. It's still loose at the side of the goal. They score!
Carmed it out. Banked it in off of the Cataract player, George. If you look this down low, it's down below the goal line. 6.5 seconds left. They win the faceoff, which is so critical. This one gets blocked, goes wide. Now just watch right here. It banks in off of either Mike Brent or Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Brent,
not sure.
Brent was in the crease. Not much he could do about that. We are tied at 2.
This Stephenville Lightning are just not giving up, George. They are here to battle.
Gruchy heading to the dressing room.
Yeah,
only
6.5
6.8. It may not be anything major. So the Lightning strike twice.
Yeah. Well,
I've been saving that one.
I bet you have.
There's the end of the second period. Late goal by the Lightning on the power play. Even things up. We got a good one going here at the Joe.
We do.
All right, Cataracts heading off. We will head off and take a little break ourselves. We'll be back with the third period of this 2-2 tie between the Cataracts and the Lightning here at the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium. You're watching Central West Senior Hockey League action from the Joe, exclusively on AO.live. Back in a few minutes, folks. All right, we've got a 2-2 tie between the Stephenville Lightning and Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts heading into the third period this afternoon. Big game really for the Cataracts. They're trying to catch Deer Lake to get first place. They've got 3 games left against Deer Lake and 1 against Corner Brook. Deer Lake just have the 3 games left again. Sorry, they've got Cataracts got the 2 games in Deer Lake next week and then 1 game against them back here. So they've got 3 games against each other. Right now, Deer Lake 4 points in first place. Cataracts can win this afternoon. Will be just a 2-point difference between these 2 teams, and Cataracts with a game in hand. But got to take care of business first.
Yes.
TCB.
This is right here, right now.
Almost had a song there.
Well, you've been noticed to put in a few strings.
Western defeated the Impact in a shootout. This is like the 8th overtime game that the Impact have lost.
That's a
Impact
tough loss.
will drop all the way to 4th place. They have no more games left. So they will be playing here
That's a tough one.
against Western. We'll get the, not sure if it'll be in 2 weeks' time or 3, depending. I know the league needs to get some makeup games in. That backhand right in front, cleared away by Barrett.
That's
Just
outside.
held in, according to the linesman, not according to Robert.
No, and that's all that matters.
It's played back in. Cataracts come up with it. Here's Coffey. Nomore took it away from him. Nomore coming back the other way, trying to feed it in front. Puck goes in behind the goal. Nomore's still on it.
Time to check your tickets for 3 dozen beer. Winning number 795-934. 795.
Savory. Couldn't get it in over the blue line. Marr.
3 dozen beer.
Marr. Coffey is trailing. Coffey over to Drover, just beyond his reach.
795-934.
That play was set up nicely. Passed just a little off the mark. Shot right on goal. It's still loose. Roach has got it. The defenseman, Roach. And it's cleared. Josh Fitzgerald back to get it. A late power play goal in that second period. Stephenville back into a tie. And here they come in over the blue line. Hollett working against Fitzgerald. Hollett gets it to the side of the goal. Barrett's got it there and will cover it.
Thing is, right now, George, you're 5 periods, 6 periods in after game and a half, game and 3/4, and the thing is, right now, you need to get the puck at the net as often as you can. Make the goaltender fight for everything.
Hollett with it. Cut in front. Hollett finally has it knocked off his stick. Fitzgerald's got it. Off the glass. Doesn't get it out. Kept in by the Lightning. Peddle with a shot. Steered aside by Barrett. Nick Fitzgerald. Got Sims with him. Fitzgerald couldn't get around the defenseman. And that comes through the side of the goal. And Roach will cover it.
Costello kept them to the outside, or Haney, I should say, kept them to the outside, which is exactly what you want to do. You don't want shots coming from outside of the dots. Most goaltenders are going to make those saves relatively easy, and that's what you want to do. Keep to the periphery, force defensive shots.
Pinkson, the defenseman, brings it out. He'll follow on in, get in on the forecheck, and he gets to the puck first. Takes a bump, keeps on going. Wicks has lost his stick, the Cataracts defenseman. It's a helpless feeling.
Not good.
Goes into the corner. Tried to kick it behind the goal, gave it away, comes out in front, and coming over to break that up
You gotta
was Nick Fitzgerald.
Forwards got to give him a stick, or you got to just get. It's just no good with it. A stick.
They'll clear it down the ice. Tried to kick it back to his defenseman, but Lightning player was there, intercepted it.
He's better off going down with his glove, gloving it to his player, so you get called for gloving the puck.
Well, defensive owned, not even a.
No, that's right. Actually,
You're allowed to do it.
This is twice that they've tried to do this, and Danielle Mills has caught this one. She's not going to have any part of it. And the thing
Berushi
is,
gets sent back.
but what's happening there, George? The Cataracts are making their change first. They shouldn't be doing that. They should make their change last.
Shea off the boards on his backhand down in the corner. Twisting and turning, knocked off his stick, and the Cataracts don't get it out on the first try. They do on the second. Marr to Drover. Drover on the backhand. Save is made. Puck is loose there in front. Marr's got it.
Oh, my goodness. He had an empty net.
Coffee and
Coffee
just
had
tipped
empty
it
net.
wide. Savory all alone on the rush. Teammates are changing. Shot was wide of the goal. Savory's got it. Cataracts ringing around the boards.
That's a tripping penalty there.
No call.
No.
Looked like the Stephenville player was tripped up. His feet taken out from under him.
Yeah. Puck was there, but you got to get the puck, not the skates.
Drover over to Murr. Murr with a shot. Puck bounces up in the air. Doheny cleared it back behind his goal.
3 dozen there has been played.
Cantwell had trouble with it. Shea will go chase it down in the corner. Cataracts are changing. A very sharp angle. Hit the outside of the net. Set behind the goal. Comes right out in front. A couple of chances. Barrett sprawls out and keeps it out.
George, the Cataracts stopped playing. I was looking at the two D-men, and they were looking at each other, and nobody was going to get the puck. It was like, it was almost like waiting for a whistle that wasn't there. But to go back to the line changes, George, Steve Miller is playing it very smart. They're trying to match their number 1 unit with the Cataracts' number 1 unit, but the Cataracts need to be a little bit more patient and just wait. Because what's happening, Steve Miller are, but they didn't change all of their players. They only changed 4, not 5.
Wicks. Fitzgerald turning. Fitzgerald back to the point. Brent swing and a miss. Ball isn't able to keep it deep. Sims couldn't catch up to it. Now he's got it behind the goal. Brent pinching in. Unable to get to the puck. It squirts out. King looking for Fitzgerald. That's picked off. Back comes Pittman. Winds up with a big slap shot. That's blocked. Cleared out. Fitzgerald taken to the boards by Green. There's Josh Fitzgerald. Cataracts make some changes. Fitzgerald gets the return pass. Tipped in by Sims. Doheny. Champion chases him down. Doheny gets it over to the far boards. Through center. Peddle takes it off his skate. Keeps going. He gets sandwiched in along the boards. Stephenville stay with it. It's cleared. Don't come all the way out to center. Pinkson. Passing it for Peddle. Peddle was heading for the bench.
Yeah, it was a change that he wasn't in no hurry to get back there, and the D-man thought he was staying on, and he wasn't.
It's Pinkson. Up for Reed. Reed, good pass through the middle. Dylan Savory. Savory. Watched by Cantwell. Off Cantwell's skate. He'll come out to center. Shot by Gruchy and a stick save by Barrett. Puck goes out of play.
The thing was I like about, Hollett and Reed and Gushy and Normore, Savory, they pass the puck hard, George. Not these little ones. They pass it hard, and you got to be really good on your stick. And that also takes time away from the defenders.
Cody Drover. Marr for Coffee. Couldn't get a stick on it. Mike Brent pinching in. Couldn't hold it in, but here's Drover. Drover, all kinds of room. Drover taking it deep. Sprawling out to make the save is Roach, and he stops it a second time, and Drover grabs the two sides of his head. Can't believe he didn't score.
It was empty net. Down and out, empty net.
That is twice Roach has robbed Cody Drover.
Holy moly. But Normore, George, makes a nice play on the boards and then backhands it behind him to the middle of the rink, and it gets picked out by Brent, who gives it to Drover and goes, I'm not quite sure how Drover missed it.
What patience by Cody Drover.
Phenomenal move. Two great moves.
Stephenville win the face-off. Clear it. Cantwell.
And Normore was the first to go down and tap his goal around the back of the pad, say thank you.
There's Brent cruising in. Out in front for Drover. Pass was in his feet a little bit. Normore kicks it down into the corner. Goes down to get it. Brent is in there. Savory picks it off at the blue line. Turn, shoots. Saved by Barrett. Back at the point. Pittman. Oh, and he mishandled it. Boy, we've seen that so many times by the Lightning defensemen.
Several. Not sure why. It's just mind-boggling to me.
And they're going to bring this face-off all the way back.
As Mike Brent was going behind the net, George, he was tangled up the two with Normore. The forward coming down, Reed, I think it was trying to line up Mike Brent down behind the net. That would have been a collision of all times.
Sims down into the corner. Josh Fitzgerald to Nick. He'll turn, bring it in. He's got King with him. Pass was intended for King. Taylor bringing it in. Pass across for Peddle. Got a good backhand. Another save by Barrett.
That was
a dandy going here.
Great play.
King, his shot off his stick. Fitzgerald down in the corner. Trying to get away from Pittman. Puck comes out. Kyle King with it. King gave it away. Here's Hollett. Hollett stepping in. Barrett, quick peek over the right shoulder, but he's got it caught up in the elbow. Hangs on.
Got to make sure of those passes right now. You cannot be turning the pucks over on either blue line, either offensively or defensive. That's going to result in either a great goal scoring opportunity or you're off to the races, one or the other.
Coffey chasing it to the boards along with Gill. Puck comes loose and players go down. That's going to be a penalty to the Cataracts.
That's an easy call, an easy trip there. Normore was looking at picking that puck up there.
Well, Cody Drover's had 2 penalties this weekend. That's double what he had coming into this game. Or coming into this weekend.
Probably never had 2 in his career in a year.
We had 1 penalty prior to this weekend. He's had 1 last night and 1 again today.
Oh my goodness.
Let's talk to him.
Might have a chat. Yeah.
There goes the Lady Bing. All right, power play. Big one here for the Lightning.
Scored on their last one.
Pinkson. Savory. Centering it. Back to Pinkson. Back to Savory. Winds up. Shoots it wide of the goal. Pinkson's got it along the far boards. Down into the corner. No more. Feeding it in front. Savory's got it. Savory, his shot off a stick, up and out of play.
Too much. That's an ill-advised shot right there. Does a good job of circling back, getting between the dots. But there is no shot there, George. There was 2 green jerseys and a white. They need to be coming off of the weak side. You get the best shooter on their team, Normore, over on the weak side, who's crying for the puck. They do a nice job of rotation, but that's an ill-advised shot.
Another face-off win for Stephenville. So set up again. Normore mishandled it. Well, forced the Lightning back out. And hope killed some time. Pinkson gives it back to Normore. Now Normore has some room. Stops up along the wall. Back in behind the goal. Hollett on it first. Hollett. Pinkson. Normore into the slot. Cleared away. Cataracts bring it out. Here's a chance shorthanded. That's going to be a penalty against Pinkson. Marr's got it. He didn't haul down Marr. Marr had a breakaway. Cantwell, a shot bounces around, touched up by Hollett.
And that's just a forced pass by Normore, George. He's down inside of the hash marks on the boards. Tries to go through to the slot area with it. Just an ill-advised pass, and it resulted in it getting picked off by the Cataracts, who came out. Marr would have been off to the races. That's a good penalty to take. So that penalty didn't last, or that power play didn't last too long.
50 seconds left in the penalty to Cody Drover, so we're 4-on-4. Stephenville win the faceoff again. They've been winning a lot of faceoffs, especially here in this third period.
Well, their power play goal resulted in a faceoff win as well.
Yeah, late in the second. Roach dumps it in. Come off the boards. Peddle gets to it first. Josh Fitzgerald. Again, 4-on-4. Pulls it in, shoots! That went between the arm and the body of the goaltender and came out just wide.
Didn't know where it went. Great rush by Fitzgerald.
Ooh, Ooh, a hit into the boards, and is that going to be a penalty? Yes, it is. The gate was open. That could have been very dangerous. Kyle King is going to go.
That was ugly looking.
Ooh, Cataracts were changing. The gate was open, and the Stephenville player just missed it. But penalty. So a rash of penalties here in the third period. About halfway through, Stephenville back on the power play. 4-3 right now. 7 seconds left to go in the penalty to Drover. Then we go back to 4-on-4.
Yeah, this is going to open it up for sure.
Number 39, Kyle King. 2 minutes to tribute. Time
All right. So we're 4-on-4 again. That's stolen by Drover, who just came out of the penalty box. Drover in over the blue line. Drover cutting in, lost the handle, just slides down to the goaltender. Roach has got it, hangs on.
Cody Drover, George, just does a phenomenal job of poke checking the puck. So often when he's behind the player, you remember last night's goal that Mara scored on the breakaway when he was coming back defensively and he hooks the puck back, got it to Gill, who gives a back pass. He just did it right there then, Drover did.
Smar. They come back to the point. Brent winds up again. It is blocked by Roach.
Yeah.
And away comes Gruchy. Gruchy tried to feed it over to Savory. Brent got a stick in the way. Drover's got it. So we're 4-on-4 still. Drover. Couple of moves. Shoots. Oh, saved by Roach as he stuck out the left hand.
Wow. Such speed coming through now, George, with a couple of bodies off the ice. And he's coming through with so much speed. And George, been saying all along today's game, Cody Drover, knowing that, Andre Gill's not on his right side, he's going to take more of an offensive role, which he's always good offensively. He's a puck distributor, but he's shooting it more tonight. I've seen him shoot the puck more tonight than I've seen him shoot all year.
25 seconds left to go in the penalty to Stephenville. Then they'll go on the power play for a little over 40 seconds. Peddle, shot it wide. And that goes up and out of play. I don't know if anybody touched it. Don't think so.
And I shouldn't say tonight. I don't know why.
I didn't want to correct you.
No, that's all right. Today, which is 3:40 here, Grand Falls, Windsor, Newfoundland time. For all of you folks who are listening around the world, particularly down under, it's probably Monday afternoon there. Let's check. 14 hours ahead, I believe, George.
I don't know. I got to do math. I'm not doing math. Hollett, a little mixed up with Peddle there. Not much happening. Shot back in by Pittman.
Yeah, they're too close to each other to try to develop any type of passing.
Jeremy Drover. That'll be, we'll wave it off. Oh yeah, it's a power play now. Lost track of the power plays. That's why there was no icing, Robert. 25 seconds to go in the power play for Stephenville. Fitzgerald steals it.
Unbelievable.
Pinkston does a great job to slide out and break up that pass.
Unbelievable. They just get in the way of so many shots and passes.
Yeah, there's Normore. Normore shoots it. Blocker save. Up and out of play. The puck goes. We've got 10 seconds to go in the power play.
See that shot coming. He scored like that last night. He's coming through from his left, coming back to his right. Very big man, but what a great release. But what I liked about the goaltender came across but didn't commit too far, was able to keep his blocker there, because most times the shooter is going to shoot back across the green.
Another face-off win for the Lightning. Normore pulls it back, shoots it wide. That shot over the top of the net.
It's a field
Penalties over. We're back to 5-on-5 for now. Nobody able to score through all those penalties. Sims in front, scores!
Wow.
King.
That's a turnover again. I've been telling and saying, if you turn pucks over inside your blue line, you better get on your horse to get back. That's another ill-advised pass by the Stephenville Lightning. They turn the puck over, results in a 2-on-1. Right here, they try to make a soft pass, just doesn't work.
Look at King go.
He's going very hard. Sims spots him. Remember the goal that Oak scored as a result? And I'm going to tell you, George, the goaltender hurt his groin. He stretched and overstretched. He hurt himself.
I thought Roach had gotten over there. He did a great job getting in position. I guess it went 5-hole as he stretch, but as you can see, he is down. He's hurting. I agree. I think that's
Yeah.
probably the issue. He really stretched out with that
Yeah.
right leg.
And, George, we know how in shape these goaltenders are, but that's one where he is totally spread from post to post. He hurt himself. Remember the goal in the second period where Oak spots it and just gets on his horse?
Very similar.
Really hard. King does the same thing. Sims gives him a nice saucer pass.
I don't know if you caught on social media this week, Kyle King spent, I don't know if it was a morning or an afternoon at the local primary school doing some reading to the kids there with his
awesome.
Cataracts jersey on. So good on him.
That goaltender's hurt, George. I don't think he's going to be able to continue.
Well, if it's a pulled groin, then the answer would be no.
Yeah.
Rob Roberts,
And his-
backup goaltender, is out on the ice and stretching and warming up.
And, George, we couldn't even tell from here if it had gone in. The only reason we knew
No,
it
I
went
wasn't
in-
sure.
No, the celebration behind the net. But, George, I was saying earlier, three shifts earlier, Normore made an ill-advised pass through the middle of the rink, and even though he passed the puck hard, that was on a power play. And right there then, it's a soft zone pass, what we call just inside of the blue line. You have to commit to that puck on the boards. Coming through the middle of the ice is no good. If it gets picked off, which it did, you're flat-footed because he's flat-footed on the boards. And you cannot get back into the play, and it results in a 3-on-2, which then broke down to a 2-on-1, which is better, and they scored.
Just having a look across the way, and I think in the stands, tough to tell. I'm waiting for my new glasses to arrive.
Okay.
Not good for a play-by-play guy to have
George, he's
trouble with his eyes, but I think that's Gary Gale.
sitting next to Mark Griffin, you mean? Right
Yeah.
across the way?
Counselor Griffin.
Okay. No, not counselor.
Oh, yeah. Counselor is in lawyer.
Oh, my apologies.
With,
yes.
with an S, not a C.
Okay.
Yeah, not town councilor.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that actually does look like Gary Gale, George. And, of course, him being from the West Coast, Stephen Mill. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see why he would be here.
Chair of senior hockey for H&L.
Yeah. But, George, credit to Roach. He's staying in the game.
Yeah, I did not think he would be staying. There's Stephen with a chance. Shot right on goal. Barrett with the save. That one from the sharp angle hit the outside of the net. Stinkle trying to respond here after giving up that go-ahead goal. That came right out in
Wow.
front, went between the pads of the goaltender, out into the front of the net. Nobody there for Stephenville to tuck it home.
Maher had to come back
Wow.
to get it.
Drover.
Need to close the gate over there.
Gate was open at the Stephenville bench for a little bit. I almost had an incident at the Cataracts bench a few minutes ago. Come right over there again, around the open gate. Cantwell jumps on that. Scott Cantwell in over the blue line, winds up the big slapper, and Roach looks to be okay with that save.
Yeah, no worse for wear. That one's with the glove and the arm, not the legs, but every time I watch goaltenders, George, spread those legs and go across, it's painful for me to watch. I can only imagine what it's like for them. He's a trooper.
Brent bounces it in, and woo!
Oh,
That Roach had to be careful with as it took a funny bounce.
had to be like Ozzie Schmidt at shortstop.
Savory. Good skill there to get it up to his stick. Boucher with a shot that went wide. Roach back at the right point, holds it in. Brent. Savory was on him. Brent got it up ahead for Sims. He mishandled it, but then it's given away at the blue line. Here comes King. Nick Fitzgerald drops it back for Sims. Kicked away by Roach. Roach looks just fine.
Jeez, that was a great save.
Boucher will dump it in, head to the bench. Cataracts will change as well. They get their first line out as the Stephenville Lightning get their first line off.
Yeah. Weren't able to match up on this particular occasion. Smart coaching by the Cataracts here, getting this line back out there after just getting off.
Drover getting around the outside. Drover just sprawling out to make the poke check. Was the Stephenville defenseman? That was Doheny.
It was.
See the number right away. Doheny to Pittman. Back to Doheny. Pedal off the boards. Jeremy Drover chopping at it. Drover around behind his goal to Wicks. Wicks got rid of it in a hurry. Nice play.
Needed to.
Here's Maher. Maher one-on-one with Doheny. Shoots it. Missed the net. Here's Maher again. Maher alone in front. Puck is loose there in the crease. Cataract still on it. Back of the point for Wicks. He was looking to make the pass, but the Cataract player had turned towards the net. So the pass misfired. Sims trying to get to it. And that's going to be icing against the Cataracts. 5:01 to go. We got a dandy going here at the Joe.
It is a beauty. 5 minutes left here, and I'll tell you right now, both coaches are saying protect the puck. Let's not turn it over. Let's get any shot on net as quick as we can. But more importantly, need to be really strong on faceoffs, offensively and defensively. Now is not the time to turn the puck over.
All right, Shea coming in to take the face-off against Fitzgerald. Pokes it in behind the goal. Cataracts on it first. It's Josh Fitzgerald. The boards. King kicked it ahead. King's got it. Here's Kyle King. Drops it off for Sims. Sims with a shot. Again, it's blocked. It came right back to him and he scores.
Wow. Just really bad luck for the Steamboat Lightning.
Yeah.
Getting ready to shoot the puck. The puck looks like it's going to go a mile wide. Hits off of his stick. The goaltender who anticipates it going wide looks up. It comes right back to Sims.
Yeah, they
Just watch
blocked
this
his
here.
first shot.
Right here. Right back. Now, if you look, the goaltender's looking up. Comes right back to him. The D-man left him alone. Boom. Empty netter. That's just a little bit of bad luck, but the D-man, you cannot leave your check.
We talked about how often they have blocked shots. They blocked that one, but it
They
came
did.
right back to Sims. Had a second chance at it.
I have never seen as many shot blocks or even attempted passes that have been blocked. It's just been phenomenal here today.
No more. Takes it off the boards. That's picked off.
It's going to
by
be a delayed
Coffey.
offside.
Lifted high in the air. Pittman with it. So a 2-goal lead now for the Cataracts.
That's big.
Josh Fitzgerald on the goal. 15-50.
And that'll go into the Cataracts bench. Normal knocked down.
50.
Little chit-chat, little conversation.
Yeah, and guys chatting to Normal, but
Yeah.
smiles on their faces all around. I think it was a friendly conversation,
No
actually.
more saying, I am tired.
He's working hard. Pinkson has to reach back, gets it, shoots it in. Josh Fitzgerald. Normore closing in. Normore's got it. Back to the point, back to Normore. Normore turns, plays it towards the goal. It was deflected by Gruchy, went just wide.
Great deflection, just went wide.
Here's Gruchy on it. It's that number one line against the number one line out here now. And right now it's all Stephenville. Cataracts, though, come up with it. Cody Drover tried to drop it, passed it into his own skates, then finds Coffey, and that's in his skates. Ooh, that's just a little sloppy.
That was a lot sloppy. We got a breakaway here now.
There's a chance. Shot kicked out by Barrett. Long stretch pass for Drover. He's got Maher on the other side. He'll get her up to Maher. Maher with a shot. Save made by Roach.
2-on-1 with Drover and
Yeah, that was
Maher.
Taylor with that chance down the other end for Stephenville just to finish that.
yeah, just over on the left side. Couldn't get to the net or didn't get to the net. Then it turns over and comes back the other way. 2-on-1 with two offensive players such as Drover and Maher. Goaltender Roach, another good save.
Both goaltenders very good here this afternoon.
Yeah, and just prior to that, Gushy had a great opportunity for Stephenville down low as well.
This is likely to be icing against Stephenville. The whistle goes. We're down to 3:07, 2-goal game.
Yeah, and one thing that Stephenville need to do right now, they need to bring their three forwards back down a little lower. They're too high, and there's too much of a gap for them to make that pass. I know that they're down by 2 goals, but if you get too much of a gap, you're not going to make the pass. It's going to result in this, and we just saw it. Little shorter passes, little more puck support. Come out as a unit. Like right here.
All right, here's Hollett. Hollett. Cross ice pass right in front. They get a chance. Barrett makes the save. Rebound is there.
Yep.
They score.
Back of the net. Not sure if it would have went in, but there's the difference, George, with a good breakout. A real simple, good, quick pass. Comes right here, shoots it, goes through the legs.
You can see the puck sitting there.
Yeah, I don't think it would have went in.
No, it pretty much had stopped right there, and Taylor had that chance a minute ago,
But
makes good on this one.
George, their forwards came back lower. The D-man was able to make a pass from just on the bottom of the circle to the top of the circle, and they came out as a unit. 2 quick passes results in a goal. Before they had guys that were out over the blue line, that's too far to pass the puck.
Not over yet.
Not close.
Still just under 3 minutes to go. Drover trying to get in. He turned it over inside the blue line, and back come the Lightning. Hollett stops up, puts it in deep. Wicks around the boards. Cataracts get it. Chance to move it out.
It's a different line combo
do.
here now with champion on this line.
Here's Murr, Drover. Drover holding it, shooting it. Just a mass of bodies in front.
Yeah.
Didn't get through to the goaltender.
6 bodies were there.
Stephenville doing a great job just to keep collapsing. Now they're bringing out a shot by Gruchy. Barrett with a quick peek over his shoulder. He had it underneath the pads.
Got to be the worst feeling
Whoa.
for a goaltender.
Where is it?
And the thing, because it was basically a 1-on-2, there's no one else coming in. Goaltender wouldn't have made a difference because there was nobody near.
That shot was blocked, kept in by Stephenville. Into the slot area, rattles around and finally cleared to the boards.
Normore was in behind the D-man for the Cataracts.
It's Fitzgerald. Down into the corner, under 2 minutes to play now. Fitzgerald still with it. He won that battle along the boards, keeps it, back at the point, finds Big Mike Brent. Brent winds up. Shot was high, hit the glass, stayed in play. Fitzgerald played it out in front, and Normore's got it, gives it to Savory. Dylan Savory into the middle, was looking to get it back to Normore. Pass was just off, and a chance there as it's mishandled. Normore with the chance. Then the shot hits the outside of the net.
Scotty Cantwell
Whoa.
mishandled a puck, and of all people to get it, Normore. He's on a man on a mission here now.
That'll be cleared down the ice. Minute 21. Will we see Roach head to the bench now with the faceoff back in the Cataracts end?
Yeah, we're going to see a timeout as well. I can't believe it if they don't.
Roach
Stephenville needs to call a timeout. They've got their best guys out there who are dog tired. You got Normore, Savory.
and there it is,
Yeah.
timeout.
And, of course, we have the icing and a timeout, so
The Cataracts look to be in good possession. The pass from Savory to Normore was off the mark. Scott Cantwell had it, was backing up. Everything looked fine, and suddenly he just bobbled it, and Normore stole it, and
actually shot it.
chaos ensued.
Just went a little wide, and Holland had a chance down low as well. Now, George, we talked about earlier faceoffs. This is the ultimate faceoff right here, right now. You think about the 13.8 seconds left in the second period when they won the faceoff and scored with 6.5. Now you have a lot of time to play with. A minute and 20 is a lot of time.
Oh, yeah. It's an eternity for the team that's leading by one.
Goaltender's going over, getting looked at again, George. He's still in some discomfort here.
Whether or not we'll see him again, because he's going to head to the bench, I think.
Well, if not, I don't understand why. But if I'm pulling my goalie here now, George, yeah, he's going into the dressing room.
Okay, that's...
Yeah. And I understand this play because if not, if they were going to leave a goalie in, I would put the backup goalie in because he's going to be able to skate much better than the regular goalie who's hurting.
Roberts over there getting his gear on. I mean, if...
That's
it's
another
a strange
icing.
one. Roach is
I see
gone.
it.
I thought he was going to the dressing room, but he's just standing behind the glass.
Yeah, because
In the break.
but I watched him go over, George. He's still hurting.
So it looks like Roberts has got his gear on. If I
Well,
don't know why
it-
he's in the break.
If they score,
Anyway,
if they score, it's not going to make any difference.
no. All right, here we go.
If Cataracts score, I mean.
Face-off win for the Lightning. Shot right on goal off the stick of Barrett, up and out of play. That 12 seconds gone. 109 left. Again, the Lightning win it. Pinkson, his shot over the top of the goal. Sits on the mesh. Barrett covers it.
Give credit to Drover to get out and get into position to block that puck.
And the question was, did it go off a Cataract player up high? I thought it did initially. I'm not sure who it was. Whoever was sprawling out. But they're saying it just went off Pinkson and set on the mesh. So the faceoff will come outside. 103 left. Again, Stephenville win it. They have owned the faceoff circle here in the third.
They have.
And the net is empty, 6-on-5. Under a minute to go. Gruchy back at the point. Hollett try to give it to Gruchy. That'll get out. Gruchy back in his own end. 40 seconds to go. Watched by Champion. Gets the pass to Normore. Normore circling at center. Normore cutting in. And that's just out over the blue line. Pinkson. Savory to Hollett. Try and give it back to Savory. Cataracts have it off a skate. And that may have been a break there because that may have been icing. Meyer misses the empty net. Hustling in there. Off the boards at 10 seconds to go. Broken up by Drover. 5 seconds. Robert, that is going to do it. Cataracts hang on in a terrific game here this afternoon.
It was phenomenal, George. Stephenville they got possession of the puck, but they didn't get it inside of the blue line. They were chasing the puck even though they had possession. But it was a phenomenal game, George. I mean, last night's game, I know it was 8-3. I don't think the score was really indicative of the game.
No.
Today it was back and forth. One goal here, goal there. But what I was so impressed with today, even in a losing effort, I know Stephenville, but you got to take your hats off to they came to play in, George. The number of shot blocks and passes that were blocked was phenomenal. They did such a great job of blocking the puck is that it resulted in a goal for the Cataracts because it came back to Sims, who was able to end the buried empty netter.
Yeah, there's certainly no lack of effort.
Oh, that was just a great game to watch.
Yeah, that was a fun one. And for the Cataracts means they're within 2 points of first place. Deer Lake Red Wings right now, and they've got 3 games left against the Red Wings. Next weekend, Cataracts are in Deer Lake for 2 big games.
Yeah.
And those games will be available. You can watch those online and see how the Cataracts do. And then the following weekend, they're back here to play Deer Lake Saturday night and Corner Brook Royals Sunday afternoon. So that weekend could determine first place.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you look at the what we then have for shaping up for the playoffs.
Yep, it's going to be interesting. They are going to play 4 out of 7 for the semifinals, first versus fourth, second versus third.
A lot of hockey.
Oh, we got a long way to go yet in senior hockey, and of course we've got the Central Impact. They're going to have to play that 4-5 play-in game in the under 18 AAA, and not sure if that'll be in 2 weeks' time or a little later. We'll let you know. Of course, check all the social media and the websites for both those leagues to get the update on when the games will be played.
George, you were talking about Gary Gale over there. Is that Eddie Flood down on the ice as well?
That's Eddie Flood down there now, and I think this has everything to do with Danielle Mills.
Yeah, I'm going to send Eddie Flood I'm sending Eddie Flood a text right now.
We're going to stay here for this one. We talked about it at the beginning. Folks, if you missed it, Danielle Mills was a referee in today's game, and we were suggesting this would be history as she is the first female to referee senior men's hockey game in this province. And based on what we're seeing now, there's no doubt that this is historic.
It is.
And we're getting a picture of all the officials. We've got Ed Flood, referee-in-chief for H&L out there. Shane Budgel, social media for the Cataracts. We've got the coaching staffs of both teams out there. A big moment for Danielle. Everybody wants a picture. And we'll give you a front row seat. You got the coaching staffs. She had a picture taken with her fellow officials, now with the coaching staff, both teams. Big moment here at the Joe Byrne. I'm going to bring the other officials in. Rob Canning wanted in on this one too. Good stuff. Congratulations, Danielle.
Awesome.
Well-respected official.
forgets he's on.
Yeah, Ed Flood just called up to Robert.
I sent him a message. And,
Okay, he
which is-
responded
Yeah, he did.
appropriately,
Yeah,
apparently.
he did, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to let him know that he's on camera as well.
I'm going to get some more pictures. Why not stay for this? What a wonderful moment.
This is a great moment.
As we mentioned before with Danielle, new mom, baby Claire, born back in November. She was on the ice a couple of weeks ago doing a Central Impact game and now doing senior hockey. All right. History.
Beautiful.
All right, so let's pop up here for just a moment, Robert, as we finish things up. Terrific weekend of hockey. Last night was a good game. Today was even better. We couldn't get a much better finish than we had this afternoon. Big win for the Cataracts as they're still in the hunt for first. It wasn't just a good game, but it was an important game for the Cataracts.
And the thing is, George, and also I got to give kudos to Stephen Mill over there. They, we saw them here a couple of weeks ago, very, very short-handed. They had ended up having a 15-1 and a 16-2 loss. They came here. They had two great games against the Cataracts last weekend in Stephenville. Come over here, a good game last night. Now, I'm sure not the result they wanted, but they played a very good game here today, right through everybody. And hats off to the Cataracts as well. They responded, and they needed to do what they needed to do, and that's keep winning.
And it was nice to see both series this weekend, the one between Corner Brook and Deer Lake, and this one here competitive.
Yes.
There were some concerns earlier about some teams being weaker than others, and there were some blowout scores early in the season and some very high scores. That seems to have settled down a little bit too, which is good to see.
Yeah.
And shapes up well. We've got 2 weekends left of regular season and then playoffs. It's going to be a fun run.
Listen, there's a lot of hockey left here in Central Newfoundland, and of course the whole league for that matter, for the next 5 weeks.
At least, yeah.
At least 5 weeks.
All right, so that's going to do it for us. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Cataracts here Saturday night, 2 weeks' time to take on Deer Lake, and then Sunday afternoon to take on the Corner Brook Royals. So for the next 2 weeks, enjoy the hockey in Deer Lake. See how the Cataracts do there. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks for Jason Power, Robert Golding. My name is George Scott. Folks, have yourselves a great evening.